Heads up guys, before we get into this win here, all this content is available on Spotify. I also did a really fun sit down for my Buzzed Up and Baked series with the guys from Failing Hands. So check that out. It's on the YouTube channel and wherever you get your podcasts. Yeah, huge late night win for the Habs. The Montreal Canadiens defeat the Edmonton Oilers, this time 3-1. Now, I like the way the Oilers responded here, but it just wasn't quite enough for them to beat the Habs. Big defense and strong 5-on-5 play, and that incredibly strong penalty kill that saved the Canadiens tonight. That puts the Habs record at 2-0-1 on the season. Their next game will be Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Atlantic time versus the Vancouver Canucks. But let's get into this one here. I'm going to try to make it quick because I'm pretty tired, but let's get right into it. And if I miss anything, make sure to get at me down in the comments here. So first, what a performance by Jake Allen. Welcome to the Canadiens, man, where shutouts are not allowed. Ask Carey Price, but what a performance from him. Love the way he covers the net down low. He looked very comfortable out there. Obviously, he's a veteran, but just really poised in the slot, not panicking too much and moving all over the place. Just really covered a lot of the ice, especially down low in the butterfly. Made some desperation saves when he needed to. There was that big one in the first period there. So fantastic game for Allen. Too bad he couldn't get the shutout. Said the same thing about Carey Price the other night, but man, if he's going to give us starts like this on the regular, this team is going to play very confidently. And that's what happens when you have a strong 1-2 punch in net. Now, the first period overall, pretty even. In this one, though, Romanov picks up the only goal, his first as an NHLer. Man, I am sorry for sleeping on this guy's offensive skills. You know what? I thought he'd come into the NHL and, mostly be defensively sound and physical, and it might take him a while to get that offensive game going. I was wrong. I couldn't be more excited for what this guy's doing out there. Just his poise in the offensive zone, and his poise in the defensive zone too. The plays he makes to just shut the other team down, and he's a great skater and great passer. Gets his first NHL goal here. Confidence enough to shoot the puck from back there on the blue line, and it squeaks past Koskinen. You'll love to see that, man. Getting up on the early, getting his first NHL goal just in the third game of his NHL career. Then the PK to end, and Romanov played a really, really big part in that as well. Between Deneau with the active stick, Romanov with the active stick as well, a big block. Weber out there, Suzuki, just fantastic job by our penalty kill all night. The discipline was definitely a question mark for the Canadiens. Some boneheaded penalties, but somehow they managed to kill all these off against what should be one of the strongest power plays in the NHL. Great showing for the Habs there. And not only that, I'll touch on it now. We are scoring on the power play. We are scoring on the penalty kill, and we are scoring 5-on-5. Goals are coming from everywhere and from most of our lines. It's really fantastic to see this type of scoring ability from the Montreal Canadiens in all areas. Yeah, it was 3 penalties against to close that first period, and thank God they managed to kill him off because it was still 1-0 at that point. Could have been a really different game from that point forward. And we go into the second. Gallagher ends up getting a chance there off a rebound. He's a little snake bitten right now, still looking for his first on the season. He's had a couple really nice chances, one on the goal line in the game, the last game against the Oilers. So it'll come, but yeah, a good chance for him there nonetheless. Weber gets the only goal in this period, that one on the power play where Suzuki finding him the vision to be aware that Weber's coming in with a lot of open ice ahead of him. Suzuki makes a really nice heads-up pass there, tape to tape. Weber comes in, gets the first shot, and we have that little incident that happened in front of the net. Weber ends up banking it off Koskinen's helmet from behind the net. So another power play goal for Weber's career, and he's just continuing to break records. It'll be interesting to see how close he can get to Ray Bourque through the rest of his career. He's a special goal scorer. But yeah, the coach's challenge. Great call by Claude Julien there with the coach's challenge. You know what? I can't even blame the refs on this one. It was a quick play. Probably just didn't quite see it how he thought it was. And anyway, they end up making the right call, though. When the refs go back and get to look at the iPads, they make the right call, so kudos to them on that as well. If that wouldn't have counted, man. And while I'm on the topic of refs, that power play was actually stemming from a bit of a weak call on McDavid. So you hate to see that. I called out a weak call in the Leafs game that hindered us. So got to call it for the Oilers as well. I guess it happens, but just a bit of a battle behind the net. I'm not sure that's a penalty. However, you look at Gallagher's penalty that he took, the boarding on Nurse, that is a boarding play. Not what Anderson apparently did to VC the other night. So we go into third. Habs play very well defensively. Just dumping and chasing, trying to maintain possession of the puck. Thankfully, Lehkonen gets some insurance late, and you love to see him streaking in off a pass from Jeff Petrie. And he gets that shot off, and he finishes it. Perfect shot over the pad of Koskinen. We get the Geico there. So that was huge because the Oilers actually pushed quite hard at the end of that third and had quite a few chances, scored a goal. Devon Shore there. What a great addition to the Oilers for Devon Shore. Solid veteran center, wins the draws. He was really good for them in the circle tonight, along with Leon Draisaitl. So definitely a great ad for the Edmonton Oilers, and maybe that's something they can build off of moving into the next games here. I did like Edmonton's response. I like what Cassian brought in to them. I think he's a regular NHLer. You know, maybe the odd mistake here and there, but the big body, you need that in your lineup, especially in this division. And he's good for a few chances here and there as well. And I love the battle between him and Anderson. That both getting hits up on each other. You love to see that. I love that the Canadiens finally have this size, that they're not getting, beat up all over the ice outside of a select few players. So yeah, I love seeing these Anderson battles all season, depending on whatever team we're playing. Fill in the blank who he's going to be feuding with, but they're going to be a treat to watch. Love what Anderson's doing out there. Bit of a scare in the first. Thankfully, he didn't get injured. He's some aggressive there coming in for the hits. My coaches might have to ask him to tone it down just a 1/16 of a notch, something like that. But yeah, love what he brings to the roster. Also, I thought Koskinen played well. Montreal had quite a few chances, not just the goals they scored. Koskinen made some big saves, so got to give him credit where it's due as well. Good response after his previous game. So and then Jake Allen on the other hand, we all know what he did. .962 save percentage on the night. Another night for the Habs in the faceoff dot, really struggling. 44% I believe they were at. Danault and Kotkaniemi the only players above 50%. Danault with 55%. KK actually won 6 out of 10 of his draws, so that's good to see. But Suzuki really struggled in the faceoff dot tonight. Probably had to go up against Leon Draisaitl a lot, and he's a big, strong, powerful guy. So, but 1 for 5 on the power play. Good to see another one of those on the board. PK 7 for 7, unbelievable. And another night where we put up over 30 hits. So Montreal is a punishing, heavy forechecking team that just doesn't really have any weaknesses right now from what I've seen in these last 3 games. It is an absolute blast to watch. And yeah, just poised with the puck all over the ice, active sticks all over the ice defensively. I like how a lot of our guys aren't rushing plays, but also making quick plays when they need to as well. Quick reads and also poise when they need to slow the play down. So it's really fun to watch after what we've witnessed the last few years here as Habs fans. I was editing this video and I just couldn't bear leave this out here. Montreal Canadiens defense, it's got to be one of the best, if not the best in the North Division. Not just Shea Weber and what he does. We can talk about him all day. And of course, Jeff Petrie, who's putting up a ton of points on the board here to start the season. But another strong game from Big Ben Sherratt. Joel Edmondson as well looked really strong tonight. All over the ice. Big hits, smart plays. And Romanov, of course. But even Kulak. I mean, Kulak as your 6th defenseman, he makes quick reads out there, moves the puck well, and even he is doing a good job clearing the front of the net. So this Montreal defense, I would not want to be facing up against this at all regularly if I'm any other team in this division. So quick kind of division review right now. Toronto picks up a win tonight. No goalie controversy in Toronto, which I think is great. Shut that down right away. Freddie Anderson is a fantastic goalie. Prone to slow starts, but he played a really good game for the Leafs tonight. They beat the Jets 3-1, and Calgary again beats Vancouver with Markstrom in net there. Got to really feel for Vancouver, but Calgary, I'm scared of this. Not scared, but this is a good team. Okay, I think the Habs can face up against them very well. But I think Montreal, Calgary, and Toronto are going to lead this division. I said it before the season started. Really liking what I'm seeing from all these 3 teams at this point. Honestly, the Leafs have responded well after that bad game against Ottawa. So this is going to be fun to watch. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Make sure to get at me down in the comments. If you like these videos, hit the subscribe button for more. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SCOTIANCANADIEN. And all this is on Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts as well. So if that's easier for you to listen there, do that up. Go Habs, go, baby! Woo! Here's a little bonus to the people who watch to the end of these videos. First of all, thank you so much. But I had a good idea here, I think. Email me at SCOTIANCanadian@gmail.com of you celebrating a goal or a win by the Habs, whether you're with family or friends or by yourself, and I'll include it. I'll pick one to include at the end of each of these reaction videos. Cheers, guys. Thanks again, and go Habs, go.